All right, tonight we come to a sudden stop of the music. Jewel Tatey. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night. It is 8:01, and we are back live for another brand new episode of The Yo Show. Yo. I, of course, am Jeff the Shark Perini, your host for the festivities. With me, as always, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, in a different location tonight, looking kind of different, a little distant, but we still got her, the one and only Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing?
I am fantastic. I am so excited to be here. The theme song, of course, What Fire Cannot Burn. The band is St. Ricketts at www.saintricketts.com. I'm trying to say it so fast because I want to sneak in a very happy belated birthday to St. Ricketts' own Mr. Tom Nuspickle.
Yay!
All right. Happy birthday, Tom. St. Ricketts, of course, our theme song, a great band, new music coming soon. Their main man, Kenny Shuffle, already in the house, giving us his signature 3 flames. Thanks, Kenny, for that. Earl Rain's in the house saying, hey, what's up, Earl? We got some hearts and loves already. We got a lot of people in. And why not, Jewel? Because tonight we are doing, I get so excited, world premiere music. That's right. Our very special guest this evening, Canadian country band New Moon Junction. And tonight, Jewel, in just a few minutes, we are going to debut their song before anybody else.
It's exciting.
Real good kind of thing. I played it, I'm going to be honest, I think since I got it from Barbara 36 times.
and you didn't pass it to me?
I didn't? Wow. Holy embarrassing. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to listen with the world. It's fine.
Right. It's going to be world premiere for you as well.
I got the snippet. It's very good. I'm so excited.
I enjoy it, Jewel. And you know, I am picky about country music. I like all kind of music.
Yeah.
Country to me is still something I'm discovering. And I love it. And I love this band. They are 3 friendly, happy, good-looking people. I'm going to say that they're all backstage already. They're just that excited to be here. And they're a great band, and I'm very excited. New Moon Junction coming up very shortly here on the show. And, of course, we're going to play the song first. And they're going to introduce you to the band Matt Rogers, Tamara, Maddalen, and Barbara Lynn Doran. I am so excited. Woo. Huge thank you to last week's guest, who's actually already here saying hello to us. I love her, the amazing Tiffany Mosher.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, last week, thank you so much.
Now.
I know, now you're Tiff. You're not Tiffany anymore. You're Tiff. You're like our pal. I learned something the last couple of days, Jewel. Apparently, Tiffany is a big foodie. That's right. And she's into the junk food. And as anybody has saw last week, while my wife was away, I was eating like an absolute junk food junkie. Horrible. Should be ashamed of myself. Anyway, let's get right to it. For my Canadian friends that are on tonight and the Canadian fans, I am wearing my classic throwback Vancouver Canucks hockey jersey. I do that for you.
Canucks. And I got
Canucks.
my Labatt Blue. Wait.
Look at that. We try. We try to do the best we can for our Canadian. We have had... Very nice. We have had so many great Canadian guests and the Canadian country music scene. I absolutely love it. Haven't had a bad one yet, so very excited for tonight.
We have to go. We have to plan a trip. I have to go to Canada.
Absolutely. That is on the list. I already got the passport and process and all. I'm going. And we're going to have a giant Yo Show Canadian music festival.
Yes.
I don't know how or where, but we're going to make it happen. Very excited.
I want to meet. I'm going to ask them if they know the very popular show Letterkenny, because I'm such a fan of this show. And like every Canadian that we've had on has never heard of it, but it's so funny.
My wife just started watching Letterkenny the other day.
So good. I love it. It's hysterical.
Oh, Rick Edwards, you were on the air and I'm back with my scotch. My man, so let's do a quick toast. Let me get a little beer here from our good friends at Loso Brewing Company. And cheers to it. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Cheers.
Fantastic. All right, Jewel, let's get to it. We got a lot to do tonight.
Okay.
Top 5 list. As always, we try to make the top 5 list sort of like our guests. So tonight we do best male-female band. our favorite bands that consist of male and female. And I got a great top 5 tonight. Very excited. I started out at number 5 with the amazing Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders. Jules actually going to sing for her. She loves it right just that much. Love the Pretenders. Great band at number 5. Number 4, the Mamas and the Papas. Cass Elliot and the Gang. Longtime classic rock. Good stuff. Great stuff. Love the Mamas and the Papas. Number 3, one of the most legendary male-female bands. And, of course, Debbie Harry and Blondie at number 3. Awesome band, kind of like the punk rock age, and kind of sort of that rap rock thing with Rapture way back in the day. Number 2, my boyhood crush, the amazing Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And number 1, I know some people are going to say, well, but it's got to be. It's Prince and the Revolution. A lot of people say Prince Driver. Let's face it, the Revolution was an outstanding backup band. Of course, Wendy and Lisa from the Revolution. Prince and Revolution, that is my number 1. Jewel Tatey, over to you because I'm excited for yours.
Nice. Yeah, you probably know most of them. Whoa, where am I left go? Trying to find it in a hurry. Okay.
My man Rick Evers knows all the classic tunes. He's calling them all out.
Number 5. It's semi-new band, but Flora Cat. I love them. They're so cool. Cole Randall and I'm going to mess her name up. Shapressa? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I love Flora Cash though. Number 4, Phantogram.
Yes.
So many bands, but Sarah Barthel and Josh Carter. Number 3, I have to go with the Fugees because they were my all-time favorite group growing up. Wyclef Jean, Warren Hill.
That's a good call.
Yeah, they're awesome. And number 2, She and Him, Zoe Deschanel and M. Word. I love all their songs. They're so sweet. I love the Christmas album, and I just love Zoe. I could listen to Zoe sing all day long. And number 1, right? Number 1. E Street Band. First did a good job in incorporating females into his E Street Band, starting with his wife, Patti Scalfa. And then he involved Suki, who plays the violin. So I saw the E Street Band many times and have to include them.
Yes, and that's good. They're lead singers in the news recently. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later in the program. But terrific list all the way around. Just excellent. And there's not as many male-female bands really popping up right now, which really makes me like tonight's band. But some great ones from the past. And go down my list again. Number 5, The Pretenders. Number 4, Mama and Papas. Number 3, Blondie. Number 2, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Number 1, Prince and the Revolution. Jewel, I still don't know your number 5 band. I'm sorry, so we're going to ask you to re-say that name for me because I missed it.
Flora Cash.
Flora Cash. I'm sorry. Yeah. For some reason, it just didn't come out. Number 4, Phantogram. I love that's a great call. Number 3, the Fugees. Number 2, She and Him. And number 1, the E Street Band, led by Bruce Springsteen. Again, we'll get to him later in the show. Terrific list. We most certainly will. We got a lot of topics, Jewel. We're going to tackle so much things. And we're doing Lookout Local again tonight. So we're going to have a local business later on in the show, about 9:15. It's going to be Tyler and Anthony from Flux Marketing, Media, and Design. So that should be pretty cool. They're coming on later on tonight. They'd asked a while back when we were doing the segments, and of course we started getting into charity stuff and all that, so we kind of lost track of that. Now we're back with it. So after New Moon Junction, we'll come on with Lookout Local. So later on in the show, we got just a great one for you. A lot of topics. We're going to talk framing Britney Spears. I watched it last night. I know you said you watched it. Gripping. Awesome stuff, but very sad. We're going to get to that. We're going to recap the Super Bowl and our likes and dislikes about the Super Bowl. A lot. There's a lot to do tonight, but I love it. Yep. We got, of course, we have, what do you call it? I forget. What else was I going to say? Man Cave Scores, of course. Look, the band says hi to everyone. Isn't that awesome? New Moon Junction, I'm telling you, I'm so excited. They're backstage smiling now, but once I start asking questions and fumbling over my words and acting like an idiot, and they hear the horrible audio of their brand new song, they might all back out. So,
gonna leave us.
Yeah, I know. Oh Jesus, this is the show. All right, we're out of here. Now, we do get thousands of listeners every week, so we thank each and every one of you that come on. We love your comments, and we love the support you show for these acts that we get on. We get great acts. We were talking briefly to Matt Rogers from New Moon Junction before we came on, and I told him, Jewel, this is our 137th episode. We have a record of 137-0 with awesome guests.
Yes, we do. We haven't failed once, and I'm just so happy to meet all of these people. That's why I told Tiffany. I'm like, this really helps me get through. When I thanked her for being on last week, but she was so amazing, and tonight's no different because all of our guests are amazing. So I'm very excited.
Absolutely, we do look forward to the day to being back in the studio, and
yes.
Of course, it'd be great to have a huge budget and fly these guys in from Canada and have them sit at our studio and drink some beers and talk and all that good stuff. But down the line, let's get the COVID thing out of the way first, and let's just be thankful for this, like StreamYard, that keeps us in touch with the artist and our audience. Tiffany Motion with 3 hearts. She just loves us. I don't blame you. I love us, too. I love Wednesday nights. That's what we do here. All right, so let's get down to business, Joel. I said 8:15. We're going to be a little early. That's good because a lot of people are here already and they're ready for it. Let me get my echo ready. World premiere music. I love doing that. And you know what? I never changed the microphone again, so I'm still probably a little scratchy out there, aren't I?
You sound good. I don't know how I sound, but...
You sound fine. It might be this. I'm telling you, when I get rid of that headset, I think it's actually, the headset's a disaster. And I didn't want it to be bad tonight. I want this to be as good as possible. And I can't even guarantee it's going to be perfect. But I'm going to try. And I got a lot of pressure because the band is staring right at me while we play their music. So I'm going to start seeing stuff like this. But let's get to it. The band is New Moon Junction out of Canada, a country band. Matt Rogers, Barbara Lynn Doran, and Tamara, Maddalen. This is a brand new song that will be out Friday everywhere, as they say in their ads. But we have it here tonight, and that, to me, just means the world. To have a band come on and let us just premiere their music. The song is called Real Good Kind of Thing, and we're going to play it for you right now here live on our show. You ready, Jewel?
I'm ready.
All right, Jewel, stay close to the cell phone because if the sound doesn't come out good, you need to let me know. I'm actually going to put up the screen so I can't see the band's reaction to how bad it is. But anyway, it's such a great song, though. Really, really good. And we're going to play it here right now. This is tonight's special guest, New Moon Junction. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Enjoy this world premiere song. All right, we're not even going to try and mess this up. We're going to go another route because Jules said you could barely hear it. And I'm not going to have that. Definitely can't have that. Let me try it again. Whole new outlook here. Got it, Jules. Don't worry. I got to figure it out. We'll be just fine in 2 seconds. My apologies. Okay, let's go here. And here. And here. All right. And I'm going to start from the beginning. Again, the world premiere of new Moon Junction's brand new song. Real good kind of thing. All right, we're going to stop there because Joel says he's having problems hearing it again. So we're going to try something a whole different. Give us one moment here. Hi. All right, I am back. The only thing I could hope is that you all enjoyed what you heard because I cannot get this thing to process through the system. Joe, I do not know what happened. Now I'm intertwined. And now I'm like all tangled up. But trust me when I tell you, the song is outstanding. Joe, you with us?
Yes.
Oh. All right, I definitely need a stay tuned for technical difficulties kind of thing hooked up. Do I have you, Joel?
Yeah, you there?
Now I can't hear you, Joel. Wonderful.
Oh, boy.
There we go. All right, we are back. My deepest apologies to the band, but I guess the best bet would be to interview them so you can get the best of them, even though I totally destroyed our world premiere. Awful. Terrible job, Jeffrey. Terrible. Embarrassing. Jewel, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear Jewel. This is terrible. What the heck happened here? I have derailed. All right. No sweat. Hang with us, everybody. Here we go.
This is what happens when we try new things.
Headphone.
This is what happens when we try new things.
There we go. Welcome back, Jewel. Yeah, my dearest apologies to the band. For what you all missed, yes, it is technical difficulties. You all just missed a great song. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was like you were listening to your earpods, and I was overhearing it.
It's very weird, too. I don't really know how that happened, but for some reason, it just would not go through StreamYard. So everybody's got to just...
Mute it either. I can hear myself echoing.
Oh, okay. You're all going to have to trust me when I tell you it's a fantastic song. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave, and Jules going to interview New Moon Junction, because I'm so darn embarrassed I can't even handle myself right now. Can you see the bright redness in my face? Anyway, for all you expecting it, it comes out Friday, and it's going to be fantastic.
You just need a boombox in the back when this stuff happens.
Right, I need a backup plan, because I tried to go through the old school with the headset, and it blocked it. Like, I wouldn't even play it through. So
it's weird.
Okay. Normally we're normally not this clammed up. Normally you can't shut us up, but tonight a little different. I do apologize to the folks out there listening, but trust me, come Friday, I'm going to put it all over my Facebook page every hour on Friday once it comes out, so you can listen to it over and over again. Let's get to our guest tonight. Let me put up the banners and all, so you know where to find them too. That's going to work. That stuff works just fine. Jesus, man, what an absolute disaster. All right, so now, Jules said she's echoing bad, so we're going to fix all our audio before we have our guest come on. And we'll do that. All right, we should be better. You should be better as well, Jules.
Hello. Check.
Better? And no echoes?
No, I can hear myself.
What happened last night?
We're so sorry.
Yeah, no, this is a... Yeah, Julie Hartman said probably my healthy dinner. See that? I don't eat like junk, and look what happens. Disaster area. All right. That's hilarious. Anyway, there we go. All right, so our guest tonight is a trio from Canada, an outstanding country music band. They got a brand new song that you're going to hear February 12th, apparently, called Real Good Kind of Thing. Let's welcome them in. Matt Rogers, Barbara Lynn Doran, and Tamara Maddalen, better known as New Moon Junction. I got them all here. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hi.
Hello.
All right, so basically what we have, apparently Tamara said she was having difficulty with her camera, so we won't have her on camera, but we do have Barbara, we do have Matt, we've got Jewel, we got Jeff, and you guys have 100% my apologies for an absolute disaster.
That's the joys of technology. Sometimes things like that happen.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. But you know what? It's my fault because I just got done saying how we're 137-0. We're now 136-1 because of me.
Oh boy.
All right, let's start from scratch here and act like we just met each other. Hi guys, how you doing?
Very well.
Great. First of all, let me thank you for taking the time out to be with us. I said, Tamara, without a camera, we'll try to work it in and not talk over you if at all possible. But we are going to meet the band, and let's start out with Barbara. Tell us a little something about yourself and how you got into music, and then we'll make our way around the band.
Okay, so you guys can hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
much better than that song. Don't. That's not normally us. This is us.
No worries. So I started songwriting when I was 16 years old, and I just always was pursuing music my whole life. So, and about 12 years ago, I started getting into the country scene up here in Canada, and I released quite a few albums up here as a solo artist. And at the end of 2019, I met Matt and Tamara, and we got together and we formed New Moon Junction.
Awesome. Matt.
Yeah. So, golly, my journey's not quite that exciting. I have been writing and performing music for probably the better part of 15 years. I have not released anything, so solo. But yeah, coming on board collectively with New Moon Junction and having our first single here, Real Good Kind of Thing, being released is pretty darn exciting.
That's awesome. I bet it sounds great. Can't wait for your fans to hear it. Very red in the face. And Tamara,
Yeah.
how about you?
Hi. I'm waving.
Hi.
I'm waving at everyone.
We're waving back at you.
Yeah. So this is what you'll learn about me. Technical issues are pretty normal for me, so I'm not surprised that I can't get the camera to work. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm a singer, so I just need to worry about singing.
There you go.
And I've been at that for about 25 years. I've released 3 independent works in the Americana genre. And my publicist had turned me on to this project that was sort of circulating and rumored around Toronto about the potential of collaborating with a country music singer-songwriter, a female singer-songwriter, and that she was wanting to form a group. So I'm A, curious by nature, and B, I just love being involved in music projects and collaboration. And I generally just want to grow, right, as an artist. So I met Barb and we hit it off. And then I met Matt shortly thereafter. And with our first sitting together in a songwriting group, we started writing and we came away with something. So we knew we were onto something really cool. And then we just kept at it. And here we are.
Awesome.
That's amazing. And how is your songwriting process? Do you like take turns? Do you go your separate ways and then come back and then bring it all together? Like, how does that work?
I would say that, in an ideal world, we'd be able to get together more and do it, from scratch together. But right now we sort of work on some scratch ideas on our own. And then we bring them, we're sending each other voice memos right now and going back and forth that way. And then when we have the opportunity to get together, we flesh the songs out. I like to say that Matt, if it wasn't for Matt, we'd have a whole lot of downers. But Matt likes to write happy, positive songs. So thank you, Matt, because, that's the one thing I always get complaints from my family. Oh, another sad one. Oh, my God. When my daughter was young, she would come up to me and she'd put her hand on my guitar strings when she was like 3 years old. And I couldn't understand why. But it's because now she tells me that you made me so sad. I wanted you to stop. So.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so it's hard to understand. I was just like, oh, am I terrible? Does she want me to stop? But no, it's because we're really making her sad. So I was being effective, but unfortunately I probably scarred her. So
so I mean, obviously during COVID, I've seen how you guys really haven't had a chance to get together, but very rarely. Tamara, what's that like for you? Is it hard to not be close to the band and still try to create music, or have you found it that, as a band, you guys are powerful enough to share, even though you can't be in the same room?
I think that there's really great chemistry among all 3 of us. We all have our own strength, and that shine in our own area. I believe that truly. So it's been an adjustment for me to have to do it remotely, especially with like FaceTime, because there's a delay. So what we try and do is, as long as we're doing something constructive at every writing session, and the song doesn't have to be built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. But as long as you're fleshing out ideas and you come up with something, even a small little nugget, then sort of builds for the next writing session. So we're all like-minded and we all have really great work ethic, and I think that's why it works.
That's great. How about you, Matt? I mean, working with 2 women, you're the minority in the group. It's got to be kind of tough. But how have you found it? Obviously, they say you bring an upbeat spirit, which is great. And how does your writing process come? Like, is it a determination to have happy feelings, or is it just kind of your nature?
No, it certainly isn't. If you heard a lot of my catalog, it is a lot of, sad, mellow stuff. But I don't know. I've just tried to channel in. I mean, what the 3 of us have going on is just something super exciting and super fun. So I try to do everything to create that positive energy so that we can write something that is just like what everyone's going to hear on Friday. So there's really no, yeah, there's really no secret to it. I mean, the three of us collaborate, like Tamara said, really, really well. And, the remote writing process obviously isn't ideal, but we all track something and bring it together and say, what do we think of this? And kind of build off it. So it's been fun.
Sounds great.
I just want to be in a room when the three of you harmonize because you sound so beautiful together. Like, it's really just a treat to listen to. And you guys collaborated on a Christmas song. It's Christmas to me. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because it was so cute. I saw the video.
Well, we contemplated actually releasing a Christmas single, but we didn't know that releasing a Christmas song as a first song would be a good look for us. So we came together one day, I think it was in the fall. It was probably in October. And I said, you know what, guys, we should write a Christmas song. And sure enough, Tamara and I are chatting about social media or business stuff. All of a sudden, Matt starts playing this song. And of course, it's a happy Christmas song, like right out of the blue. We're in the middle of having a business conversation. So, and then that's usually what happens with Matt. He'll just kind of go off and all of a sudden he's writing something different. I'm like, wait a second, we're trying to talk business. So then of course everybody wants to jump on the songwriting bandwagon and the business side is thrown aside. So
it's so good. Like, you guys have to come on our Christmas party next year because we had a big Christmas karaoke and you guys have to sing that song.
Oh, cool.
It all pans out.
Very fun.
Hope to be back.
That's great stuff. So, Tamara, have you found the transition to country music easy? Is it still kind of new to you and you're feeling your way around, or is music really?
Well, I think that I'm an R&B singer first and foremost, and I come from those roots. But I believe that there's a lot of R&B and old country, and that's my roots too. So what I'm learning is to write shorter songs. I like to write 4 and 5 minute ones. That's the artist in me, likes to self-indulge and put in really long bridges and stuff. So, but I'm learning to write like just more catchy stuff and get to the hook quicker and just to actually write upbeat music. You'd think that writing happy songs is easy, but it's not. It's challenging. And to make it like quirky and clever to the lyrics and relatable, because everybody wants to be put in a good mood, right? But you don't want it to sound cheesy. You want it to be cool and relatable. And I think we've struck a chord between the three of us. Like, even when we're stuck on a lyric, we'll go back and forth and we'll come up with something. We always come up with something.
That's great. It seems to be what sells through the ages. Like No Doubt and Gwen Stefani sings about angst, and Taylor Swift sings about angst. We need happy music. So I appreciate what you guys are after and the project are after. And, that really is a positive outlook. The Canadian scene is what gets me. We've had some awesome Canadian country guests, Susie Corey, Bree Taylor, to name a few. And the Canadian scene seems to be huge. How you guys seen it? Is it becoming a bigger and bigger thing, country music, or is this something that's always been around and just great artists are coming forward?
Well, I mean, for as long as I've been in it, it's been growing and growing, and the pool of artists is really becoming enormous, and the pool of talent is even stronger. It's like to compete out there today at country radio is very difficult because there's so much good music, and especially as an independent artist, it just makes it that much harder. But yeah, there's just so much talent up here. And quite a few of our Canadians have migrated and become quite successful in the States. So,
is that a goal for you guys, Matt? Would you like to kind of make your way out here, or kind of establish your Canadian roots first, and then maybe down the line? Because country music here is like an event. Every concert is huge, tailgate and party, and the girls in the short shorts and the dudes with the boots. It's just like a big event.
Yeah, it certainly would be something to come down there. I think our direction right now would be to hit up this Canadian market and kind of show it, what we have to offer and what we can do. And, You know, it's never not a possibility to make our way down there sometime.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you guys got a write up in the Country Music Association of Ontario. How exciting was that? How are you dealing with all this newfound, attention and like about the group?
It's pretty exciting.
We like it, we got to say.
Yeah,
A little bit.
it's been great. It's been really great. We've had a lot of great supporters right out of the gate, which we're very, very grateful for. Like the producer on our track, amazing. Jeff Delzy is amazing. He's just produced some, in all genres, he's produced songs very successfully up here in Canada. So.
Sorry about that. I thought Jewel had a question on her lips. And
Oh no, I thought I froze. I'm sorry.
yeah, okay. So basically, like, this is like your first big hit. Do you have several songs lined up? You're going to come right out with an album, or you're going to kind of stay with the new age of like single? Because now that seems to be the thing. A lot of bands want to go with premiering singles and letting the fans get a taste before they just drop one thing on them. I think, in my opinion, and I'll ask all three of you to answer this separately. In my opinion, going single at a time makes the song more noticeable. Instead of throwing it on an album and maybe missing, like, oh, I don't like the start of that one. Let's go to the next one. Do you think going single at a time is much friendlier to your music? We'll start with Tamara.
Sure, definitely. And it's certainly the flavor of the day. So, you want to cater to your audience. Otherwise, they won't listen to the music. And I know a lot of the streaming sites want you to, drop 3 or 4 singles a year and sort of that out. But it is also great because we are songwriters. Whether we drop a whole single or an album, we're going to create a body of work nonetheless. I think we're all on page for that.
That's terrific. How do you feel about it, Matt?
Yeah, Jeff, I feel like we could probably reach about 10 to 15 singles, and then we'll put out an album.
No, works.
Yeah, we'll just take our time. But no, I think, realistically, yes, everywhere on the streaming digital platform lately, it is just single after single after single. I think, I don't know, we'd love the opportunity to put out a couple singles, get everyone to recognize and acknowledge who New Moon Junction is and kind of what our mission is, and then put out something like an album for people to really feed off of. So that should be pretty fun.
Terrific. Barbara?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really budget friendly also to do single by single.
Makes sense.
Because, if you, especially for this first single for us, like there's a lot of startup costs. There's a lot of just cost to properly promoting the song. So, if you're just going to throw a single out, but you don't have the budget to do any of the other things, you're kind of wasting money even recording the single, because again, you have to draw attention, you have to build your fan base. And for us, I think we've done fairly good considering we didn't even launch our social media till the end of October. And, it's very difficult. We're not very, we have only about 300 followers on Instagram at this point. Our following is stronger on Facebook, but that all costs money too. Everything costs money to try and connect with the people and get our name out there. So I think doing single by single is the most realistic route to go. So,
and it makes it more accessible. I mean, just day to day, like we come across new music every day. So sometimes it's nice, but I can see how as a band you would want the whole album experience at the same time. I wanted to give a shout out to Tamara because whenever you come down was just featured on AM to FM Promotions. 14 days of love songs. That's amazing. That's so cool. How'd you feel about that when you got the news?
I love that. It's great. We love it when our music gets featured and when our music gets heard. So, that song was released a year ago, literally before COVID sort of came upon us. It was the 3rd week of February I released it, and then a month later, sort of world shifted in its focus, and it's been really difficult to get out and promote it because I'm a live player, so I like to be in front of an audience, and I love that experience. Second only to the recording and then the writing process, but I was really, really happy that AM promoted it, and I want to give a shout out to them as well. And thanks for bringing it up.
Thank you. We love songs.
We love all kind of music, especially the type that does get through the system. That's our favorite. Uh, wow, what a disaster! I appreciate you guys for being great sports. It hurts my heart to have that go down. It really does, because it is such a really good song. Tell us about the song in general. Is it any kind of a real meaning behind it, or just a basic process of thoughts?
Yeah, it was just, I mean, the song kind of took off in a really cool fashion, where, you know, when I sit down and start writing a song, I don't really plan it to be anything. I just start writing about an experience or how I'm feeling, and try to write that into something that's really relative and adaptive to other people, right? So this song in particular, I was on a business trip last year in August, and I take my guitar everywhere I go. And I was in the hotel when I got there, and I started writing what would be real good kind of thing. And
wow, awesome.
so I had just kind of wrote a little bit of the beginning of the song, and I posted it online as to, hey, what does everyone think of this? I'm playing around with it. And it was really cool because Jeff, the producer that we're working with, had called me a couple days after and said, that song that you just put on Facebook, I think that might be it. and sure enough, it is. So we're pretty happy about that.
I know you. I know Barbara spoke about social media and the size of your social media, but it really is. It's a miracle, because I happen to be fishing around social media. I saw this sponsored page for a band called Moon Junction, and 3 great looking people, upbeat, positive picture. And I'm like, I like these guys. Let me look into it. And then I invited you on. I think I spoke to Tamara first, and I invited her on, and she said it's the band or nothing, which I appreciate. And really, that is awesome. It is, because you guys are a trio. She says the band or nothing. And I said, that's absolutely fine. Social media, is it like the key ingredient? Do you think, Tamara, we'll go to you. Do you think social media is the key ingredient now to building success?
Well, I'm living proof that it is, because I had a little project, a little idea that I sparked in my mind in 2015, and like a good little worker bee, I wrote down point form all the things I was going to do, and now here I am on the Yoke Show in a country trio about to drop a single to country radio cross country. So, you have to have ingenuity, you have to have drive, and a little talent doesn't help. But if you stay the course and you work all these great free things that you have available to you as an independent artist to your advantage, absolutely, you can blaze. The sky's the limit.
That's awesome. And like I said, it kind of just the natural persona. Jewel and I have been very lucky. Jewel gets a lot of the bands, a lot of local bands, and we just kind of get lucky just looking at people's picture and the feel and how they present themselves. You're like, yeah, this is probably pretty good. Barbara, do you think like presentation is very important in the music industry?
Yeah, for sure. Like we are always image conscious. You have to be, and professional appearance, professional websites. Right now we're having to be a little more creative. Like that little video I released earlier this week, I had to edit that all myself, because who can get together to get a video done right now? It's impossible. So, but we still try to look and present ourselves as professionally as possible. And I think that goes without saying when you have a good team behind you as well. So if you have a strong team presenting you in the market, then I think that also helps you look very professional and people take you seriously.
Excellent. I'll let Jewel speak a little bit.
Oh, I was going to say, and your merch is so cool. I can't wait to buy some Moon Junction merch, because it's really cool. It's very well done. But you guys, I'm wishing nothing but the best for you, and we so appreciate you coming on, and this is exciting. The song is amazing, and I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you for having us. Yeah,
absolutely. A question that I hit pretty much every guest with, and I'm going to give it all 3 of you a shot at this. We get word tomorrow from whoever the highest power is and says, look, pandemic is over, take off your mask, get out there and gather with people. What is the first thing New Moon Junction is going to do? We'll start with Matt. What is your first move when all this opens back up?
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
I love this question.
Yeah, you know what? I think it would be finally getting together for a little bit of time with the group to be able to establish some more direction on what we're going to do. Our single's coming out, so is it a possibility to go and play somewhere, or is that lineup of people wanting to play everywhere going to be massively large, and it's going to be tough to get out there and play? But, yeah, so I don't know what that looks like. Let's get together, let's write more music, and let's get out there and play it.
Absolutely. Tamara, your first move?
Oh, I'm going to go listen to a live band or be in the live band or dance my ass off.
There you go. Barbara, how about you?
Well, it's really a toss-up because there's two things I miss dearly, and one of them is being in a warm place on a beach, and the other thing is my trips to Nashville. So I'm really, really missing being able to go down there and connect with a lot of my songwriting friends there. It's such an inspirational place to be. So hopefully we can take the three of us down to Nashville and perform in Nashville. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh my God, we would be there.
Yeah, so give us enough heads up. Jewel has been there. I have not. It's on the bucket list. Matter of fact, the other day the wife said we need a vacation. We were going to travel far, but now she said let's keep it somewhere in the States. So we definitely need a vacation, and I would like to have a vacation to go to Nashville and see new Moon Junction before you guys get too big. Like right now, I can come up and say, "Hey guys, remember me?" And they're going to go, "Hey, that's the ass that couldn't get our song on the air."
Nashville's so cool though because it's so accessible. Like it literally is Music City. I was just so amazed. I mean, you see it on TV and stuff, but it's really just music in your face all day long, and I love it. And, yeah, we would love to see you guys there or in Canada, wherever you're at. We'll come see you.
Sounds great.
And eventually, when you get big enough, we'll fly you out here to right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and have you come here. It sounds great. We're actually, we got a lot of ideas. A lot of our artists come on and say, "Hey, let's do one big show music festival once all this opens up." Of course, that's going to be about 3 days worth because we got a lot of bands, but I'm all for it. If I could find a way to pull it off, I'm all about it.
Where there's a will, there's a way, Jeff.
Absolutely, I agree. So real quick, I know that the three of you have lives outside of music. What do you guys do when you're not doing music and you're not being a band and you're just kind of being yourselves? I'll start with Barbara. What's fun stuff for you when you're not involved in music?
Well, really, music is my fun stuff. So,
all right.
I have a regular 9 to 5, which is fortunate and unfortunate. I feel grateful to have a job, but at the same time, it does take away from the other things that I enjoy doing. So aside from that, the other thing I do is I don't like to work out, but I do work out to keep in shape.
God bless you.
So other than that, I'm just, I just like to spend time with my family. So
beautiful. Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I got this really great extracurricular during the day called a full-time job.
Yeah,
so that's just a hoot. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, I have a wife and 2 kids and a family, so I love to come home and spend time with them, and before I come down here and spend my nights writing. And yeah, I mean, that's me in a nutshell. I'm pretty simple.
Matt, God bless you. A wife and 2 female partners in the music business. You got your hands full, my good friend. Tamara, how about you?
I don't have any kids, but I'm a really, really great aunt. I have great nieces and nephews, and I love spending time with them. Love to travel. It's not really what we can do right now, but I do love that. And I've recently taken up cooking, so I'm surprised at how much I actually enjoy it. I'm getting better at it all the time as well, so that's also a bonus.
That's awesome. So as we said before, the new song is Real Good Kind of Thing. It comes out this Friday, February 12th. It's going to be everywhere. Make sure you find it. You're definitely going to find it all over my Facebook page, my Instagram page. I'm probably going to sing it outside of my car because I feel I owe everybody that for the failure of it. But the one thing we do love is every band we've gotten on, their music ends up right on my phone, on my Apple Music list. And I hope to add you guys to it as well because I love the music. You are three great, classy, fun individuals. And we had a blast tonight. Huge thanks to Matt Rogers, Barbara, Lynn, Doran, and Tamara Maddalen. New Moon Junction is the band, folks. A new single, real good kind of thing, debuts February 12th. Go to www.newmoonjunction.com, Facebook at New Moon Junction, or Instagram at New Moon Junction Music. That is a tongue twister, but I thank you all three. I thank you so much for being here tonight. I do again apologize for the little bit of a technical music lockdown thing. I don't really know what happened, but we're going to get it fixed. And we definitely, when more singles come out, we would absolutely love to have you back. What do you say?
I'd love it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Jewel, any parting words before we let these lovely people go?
I just want to thank you all so much. Your music is amazing. I'm excited to get the chance to talk to you, and best of luck with everything. And yeah, we'll definitely be seeing you on the road soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you for flashing the big smiles. I mean, it really warms us. You guys are just great sports and great looking people and talented. I really think, I mean, seriously, and looking at the picture, I kept posting the picture every week to promote it. You guys look like the kind of band that makes it. And I really hope for big things for your future.
Thank you.
We sure
We'll
appreciate
take all
that.
that. Thanks so much.
Have a great night.
All right. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right. That was terrific, Jewel. The music thing breaks my heart to no end, like you don't even know. But just a great band, and they really are fun people. I know you said in the beginning, like before we got on air, like, hey, they look like really nice people, and they are, and they're terrific. And I thank them so much for coming on.
And they are, and you just want to hoard their music for yourself and not give it to the world.
I know, I'm so very selfish. I'm like, nobody else needs to hear this. I need to hear it. God, that was so
I heard it 36 times, but no.
37, actually 38.
37.
Really, when you get right down to it. But I do apologize to the audience. We have a great audience that definitely understands these things. I'm going to watch the replay and probably be really super embarrassed when I hear how bad it really went. I don't really know what happened. Like, it was linked in and, something to it just didn't connect. But, these things happen. My apologies, but a great band, great people. And of course, great back. Thanks for having us on. Thank you for coming on. New Moon Junction, folks, make sure you check it out. Like I said, again, everything is on the bottom scroll there, www.newmoonjunction.com, Facebook at New Moon Junction, Instagram at New Moon Junction Music. Make sure you check it out. Deb Metz is in the house. Hello, Deb. Welcome to the show. And while Deb is here, of course, we were going to remind everybody of a really terrific event that she has going on. Of course, Deb was part of the Bucks County Food Drive that we had our program here. And there is another one coming up on February 20th starting at 10 a.m. Love Thy Neighbor Community Food Drive. It's going to be Saturday, February 20th, of course, 10 a.m. And it's 125 East Gillum Avenue here in Langhorne, PA, the Langhorne Presbyterian Church. Bring food, bring monetary donation if you can. Just make sure to give. There's a lot of people out there right now through COVID that still they need food, they need shelter, they need your help. So kick in. What do you think, Joel?
And we'll be there. And I'm so excited for this. And congrats to Deb again for pulling off a great event. Is that by Brothers? Is that close to Brothers?
I believe that sounds right. I do believe it's by Brothers, if I'm thinking of the correct place. I've been in Langhorne maybe close to 6 years now, and I can barely get out of my driveway. So I don't know.
Langhorne, it's weird though. It's actually
it is of its own sort. Deb said gift cards too. Of course, I did not want to forget that. Gift cards, cash donations, food donations, mostly the non-perishable stuff, cans, etc. Bring it. The Bucks County Food Drive went really good. They had a great day and a great turnout. So if you can just contribute, we would greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to the people who are in need right now. We are approaching 9 o'clock. About 10 minutes from now, we are going to go to the Lookout Local segment. And for all of you who watch us on a regular basis, basically we get a local business in the Philadelphia or suburban area or New Jersey, Delaware, whatever it may be. We have them come on. They talk about their business, their services. And tonight we got a great one. It's the guys from, oh, I'm sorry, I lost the name. It's guys from Flux Marketing, Media, and Design. And we're going to have Tyler and Anthony with us very shortly.
I'm excited for that. We always look out local.
We do. There's a lot of great people out there that, sure, we talk about social media and advertising, and that's kind of what these guys do as well. They're in, they help do like digital advertising and logos and stuff like that. But why not share our platform? I mean, we get people that watch, we get thousands of viewers, and, there might be 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 out there say, hey, I could use this service, and why not, share what we do here with some of the great people out there and throw a little advertising their way. Why not?
Absolutely. Like social media presence is huge, like we just talked about. So it always helps to have a professional looking page.
Agreed. Even if it does not have a professional sound, you should have a professional page. And we have a great rapport, Jewel and I. have a feeling tomorrow when I see Jewel sometime during the day, because we're supposed to get together later in the day and look into a project, pretty sure she's going to give me an earful about this audio disaster.
Yeah, that's what I do. I yell at you.
Yeah, you do. You're going to yell at me. I'm yelling at myself. I'm pretty sure Moon Junction is trying to figure out right now how to get to Pennsylvania and kick me right in the rear end. Anyway, trust me, it's a great song. So it just gives you something to look forward to on Friday. That little bit you heard in the background, like, hey, I kind of like that. Coming Friday.
We are going to blast it on both of our pages. Just all over.
You're not kidding. I might blast it unlike anything I've ever blasted in my entire life. You're going to hear that thing coming out of my bedroom window. Man. Let's hope we do better with the next. So again, it is the Lookout Local segment, Flux Marketing, Media, and Design, right here in Northeast Philadelphia. Great company. I know Tyler very well. We've had some meetups in the past. We played poker together. We got mutual friends. We're both embarrassed to say it. Our good man, Mark Zamara, our hockey guru, kind of brought us together. So, any good friend of Mark's is a good friend of ours. But let's get them out now. Let's put the scroll down the bottom so you know where to find these guys, and let's talk about their business. So it is, again, Flux Marketing, Media, and Design. We're going to bring in Anthony Deneza and Tyler. I got your pronunciation written out here. Tyler Mizatovich, to make sure I got it right. Give me a thumbs up in the back if I did even close. Excellent. That's a thumbs up. Let's bring out the guys now. Guys, come on in and welcome to the O Show.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing terrific, guys. Thanks for coming on. We, as we said, we do it here. It's called Lookout Local. And basically, we introduce people out there to businesses. You guys are a great business. You do business cards, print, writing, logos, etc. for new businesses out there. I'll let you guys talk a little bit about your beginnings and how you got into it. And we'll start with Anthony.
Okay. So basically, I went to LaSalle University down, here in Philly. I went there for graphic design back in 2002, way back when. And then basically I went into another company, Parkside Graphics, which was up in Sellersville. I worked there for a couple of years as a graphic designer. And then it was kind of a far commute, so I kind of, stayed local. I went into another thing, so I kind of kept with the graphic design on the side. I worked my way through there, and then basically hooked up with Tyler, who's my brother-in-law, and then we kind of a year ago we went into Flux Marketing Design.
Awesome, Tyler.
Yeah. So he's the one with the actual background for this stuff, right? I tagged along as I do with things, but I didn't. I went to school for HR, so that's a total different animal. But always loved design. Was always into it for years and years now. just to be quite honest with you, Anthony and I, we really enjoyed starting businesses. That was our thing, right? We would always find some new thing that we wanted to do. We were super excited about. And then we discovered that a couple weeks after it, we lost interest. Why? Because we really just like starting, but we like the beginning design phase. We realized that we love designing stuff. And then as soon as we got that excitement out of the way, we were ready to move on, man. So
we had all ideas. We just never went through with it,
Yeah. So it turned into this business that we have stuck with because we found out this is the part that we love. We love designing stuff. We like getting stuff off the ground. We love being able to help small businesses because we know how tough that is. Jeff and Jewel, we actually, Anthony and I actually made a podcast that you mentioned, Mark Samaro, that Mark and I did together. So we knew how tough it was to get something like that up and running and get the following behind it. So it's super impressive what you guys have going on here. I know how difficult it is. Sounds like you had a little bit of a hiccup earlier on. Hey man, it happens. You don't know how many times we re-recorded a show because we totally missed the ball. So anyway, exactly right.
That's the beauty of live broadcast. Never know what will happen.
Yeah.
I actually, for the first time, guys, in all my time doing this, I found myself dead silent. I had no clue what to say after a while. But everybody got to watch me fiddle and fuss, and that makes.
Nah, that's fun. That's how we know you're human still. That's all.
Sorry. Woo! We'll make it through. It's fine. We appreciate
absolutely.
You guys being on though. So, for the design part, like, do you have to be very original? Like, because, say for instance, our logo looks like something like another logo. Like, do you have to watch those creative boundaries, or can you just?
So to be honest with you, people don't like things too original. What we have found from doing this kind of stuff is so Anthony and I, we have a kind of diverging, I think, tastes. Anthony's a little bit more line art. I like a real minimalistic kind of style. So most of the time when someone comes to us with a request, first of all, we're going to ask a few questions, see what you like, color schemes you like, things like that, and Anthony and I will both design something right off the bat. I mean, usually that day we'll sit and design something because we get excited about it.
We'll come up with a couple concepts and then send it over to them.
Yeah. So it's funny because you almost always get two designs from us right off the bat. And most people go with the more simple, less original idea, to be honest with you, because people like what's comfortable, So you have to be careful. Sure, you can't copy something. I follow a lot of weird news on this stuff, but there was a company called Prepare that had a pear logo tilted to the side that kind of looks similar to Apple's logo. Maybe if you squint it like a little bit, kind of. Apple filed a lawsuit against them.
Yeah.
And they made them change the shape of the leaf on the pear. That was it, from a two-sided leaf to a one-sided leaf, and that was allowed. So design is finicky like that.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question. I ramble sometimes.
That's okay.
Yeah, you have to kind of watch what you're doing too, because Apple, Disney, they'll get you on anything like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of the little smaller companies, they won't really go after you, but you still have to watch it. You still have to be careful of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the big guys, I guess, have the financial ability to come and squash the little fella. Have you? We'll go to Anthony. Have you ever found yourself dealing with a client, and obviously it's not the best way to put it for your business because you guys are business professionals, but have you ever had to come out and say, "Look, this is really a bad idea"?
Yeah, there's been times where actually you really want to say that, but you can't come out directly. You have to kind of gear them towards it, kind of say, this is why I think this works of what I'm doing. So you can't really come out directly and say, no, you're wrong, even though you really, really want to. But you have to kind of guide them towards the direction you kind of want them to go. It's kind of like a subtlety, but you have to kind of have a knack for it.
Yeah, but I think it's our responsibility also to try and be somewhat honest. So
right.
Anthony's absolutely correct. You got to we try to guide people, but at the end of the day, sometimes people know what they want, and that's their vision. And hey, we're just here for support.
Awesome.
It's kind of like designing a tattoo. You're stuck with it. People have an idea in their head, but it might not come out like exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
man, have you ever had what's the most outlandish one you've done that was, reasonable for the company?
Jeez, that's a good question. uh, there is one. Where'd you go, Ty? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Mine glitched out, and so I'm glad you're taking this one.
Live.
Yep. That's what happens for me talking about it.
Nothing really. Actually, right now, nothing really comes to mind. There's been a few there where there's been crazy ones where my cousin actually asked me to design a tattoo for him. That was really something I couldn't really do. He's had several tattoos, cover-ups of cover-ups, and he wanted something huge on his back of like a dragon. That was something I couldn't. I told him right out I couldn't do that because he wanted something very intricate, and that's really not my forte.
Man.
Yeah.
So you guys do, and looking at the list, you guys do banners, logos, business cards, flyers. Tell people about some of the services, some of the specials, and really the best approach and how to get to you guys, because it's a field that everybody needs. Everybody needs some kind of advertisement, be it print or word of mouth, etc. So tell us a little something about the services you guys offer.
I'll start that off, Anth. So what's big right now for sure, definitely banners, posters, stuff like that. When the pandemic first hit, people needed to let everybody know that they were open still. And now, once spring starts to hit again, everyone's going to want to make sure they have their outdoor dining advertised, stuff like that. You'd be surprised just by how much business you get just by having the biggest banner outside your location, to be honest with you. But basically, yeah, if you need to print it, we're able to do it. Yeah, again, banners, posters are the big ones, but yeah, business cards, even shirts. We've done, embroidered polos, stuff like that, water bottles, promotional items, all those kind of things, kind of as an entry point for small businesses to help out. We have it's $149. It is a logo design with, I think we do up to 3 iterations of it. We'll work with you hand in hand. That's the beauty of it being kind of the dream team here set up, is that we're able to just work with somebody one-on-one and make sure we get it absolutely right. So we say on there that there's 3 design revisions. We'll really work with you and make sure that your vision's correct there. And then we also provide you 1,000 business cards right off the bat for that.
Yeah, nothing's really set in stone. If you want another revision, we'll work it for you. We're not going to say no or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So do you think business has been better since the pandemic, just because people want to show that, hey, we are open? Because I mean, even for myself, I'm like, I don't know if this place is open. And then you see the sign out front, and you're like, oh, okay.
Not even just businesses, honestly. Businesses have pretty much remained steady with the signage and brochures, flyers, menus, stuff like that. All those printed items. Where we've seen increase is birthdays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People doing the drive-by, baby showers.
Yeah, the lawn signs for that, they've been putting up their birthday lawn signs and everything like that. People graduating from when they were graduating high school back in June, they were putting up those lawn signs. So that was like a pretty big thing that came out. Everybody doing flybys.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's where we've seen
Tyler's kind of inning and outing a little. So we'll
glitching out there.
He's glitching out. It's been the theme of the night. That's it's gonna be our freeze frame greatest hits. Do you guys ever recommend, because everything matters? I know me and Jewel kicking around just looking at our color scheme. We're blue and yellow, but is that even really us? Do you guys even go that far and say, look, maybe this color's best, or is that a thing? Like, is color that big of a push?
Definitely, yeah. The color, for depending on what kind of business entity you're in, color definitely is a huge aspect. If you don't want to do anything bold, if you want to be like a subtle, makeup company or something like that, you want to do subtle colors for that. So color definitely does come into play with the logo. I think he's gone. He left.
We'll thank Tyler for joining us. Let's see if he pops back on that. Well, it looks like he did pop back on already. See if I can plug him back in here. There we go. Welcome back.
Hey, man. Sorry, my internet.
Like I said, be it be it a business like yours, Flux Marketing, Media, Design, or be it an album that you spent months playing, the Yo Show will find a way to destroy it. That's awesome. So, but you would say, like right now, obviously, you've been pretty busy. A lot of good fluff.
Right, yeah, and definitely, because I think a lot of people during the pandemic, they're out of work, so they're trying to start their own little thing, trying to make extra money on the side. So that's definitely something that's coming to play with us too.
It's awesome.
Helping those people start up.
Do you keep a close contact? I don't know how certain businesses do it. I know here on the show and with our beer business, you kind of make a connection with somebody and then you keep up on it every once in a while. Like, hey, how you doing? How you making out? Do you have time in the day to keep up with former clients to make sure the ideas are smooth? Or
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much half the business. It's just trying to keep up with people, trying to get new people in. But the ones we've worked with before will definitely reach out, and they'll actually reach out to us every once in a while. Hey, I need a new flyer for this, so we'll work on that, get them printed up, designed for them. So reaching out to old customers is definitely a huge part. It's most of the business. It's trying to just maintain that business with them.
It's awesome, and definitely why I asked such a question on the air, because I know it's big, and it's great that you do the follow-up, because it's very important. The customers that you already have are the ones you have to continue to maintain, so it's very important.
Yep, definitely. 100%.
Is he back? Okay.
He's back off. He's back.
He's still frozen. I think he's good now. He's in there.
All right. So one thing you're not going to get from Flux is a lot of literature from Tyler. There we go. I think he's back.
Yeah.
It looks like he wants to come back one way or the other.
Frozen in time.
Yeah, it's like he's not frozen, but he's still not making contact. Very, very unique. But obviously, like I said, this is something we do here, and even if one person comes out and says, "Hey, I saw you on that show, and I like your business, and I want to get some." I want to interact with you guys. We just find that great. And if not, hopefully people watching on the replays and somebody comes and checks you guys out, because it's very important to just keep your name out there and put it out there. I know Tyler mentioned it right away when I came out and said, hey, is anybody interested in doing this business thing? He's like, hey, bring us on. I would love to talk about my business. So, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, and we definitely appreciate you having us on here. 100%.
I appreciate you finally showing back up.
That's awesome. So real quick, like I said, I know everything is business and business is money and ideas are money. We get it. But one piece of advice that both you guys, take your turns. One piece of advice you give to anybody with a brand new business.
Just stick with it. No matter what. I mean, there's going to be ups and downs no matter what. And especially starting out, it's going to be slow. You just got to stick with it. Continue to push, try and get new customers, anything like that. You're going to eventually succeed.
Yeah. For myself, I would say get outside the friend and family zone. I think a lot of times people get stuck in that zone and they try to just rely on their friends and family. First of all, they're going to get tired of you, and second of all, you're going to run out of sales real fast. So a lot of times you see people, you see people do like the Pampered Chef things and stuff like that. Those are awesome businesses when you're able to get outside that circle.
That's awesome. The one thing I'll teach you guys about having a show, as you know, Tyler, you've been there, but having a show, your family doesn't watch at all. My family doesn't even watch. So
Absolutely.
They're sick enough of me in real life to even put on the computer on Wednesday night. Hey, let's see what Jeff's up to. That is great. And like I said, being outside of the box is the reason we bring people on, a new audience, new people get to see you and discover you. Tyler, Anthony, the business is Flux Marketing, Media, and Design. www.fluxmmd.com, or you can email them, info@fluxmmd.com. There's a couple phone numbers scrolling down the bottom. Wait for them to come back up because I forgot them that fast. 215-519-0026 or 267-266-8872. Business cards, banners, logos, designs, color schemes.
Websites.
Websites, absolutely, which I I don't know how you guys do it. I give you tons of credit because that's like a nightmare. So I give you credit.
Yeah.
For it. But websites is big also. Definitely look at these guys for that as well. Prices fair, reasonable. Look like two good guys that are willing to help you succeed, and in turn they succeed. Tyler and Anthony, we'd love to thank you guys for taking time to be with us here tonight on the Air Show. We definitely like to have you back after everything opens back up again. See how you're moving along.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeff, if you guys are talking hockey, you can invite me back as well. Mark and I would have some good chit chat back and forth on
We're
those
going to
shows.
do it. Mark said last time that I should have you on, and it's amazing because every time we do a hockey thing and Mark comes on, Jules somehow cannot be there that night. So she's yet to talk one-on-one with Mark. So you're on standby.
We'll do 4x4. I'm on it.
All right. Sounds great. Guys, thank you very much. Continued success. And again, everybody, fluxmmd.com's website. Email at info@fluxmmd.com. Contact these guys and let them help your business succeed. Anthony, Tyler, have yourselves a great night. Thanks for being here on the O Show.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you guys.
I love doing Lookout Local, Joe. I love local people and their successes and the services they offer. And two great guys right there, Anthony and Tyler. Said I've dealt with Tyler in the past. Good dude, good head on his shoulders, and he speaks the world of Anthony as well as just a great business partner. So that's awesome to those guys. I'm going to leave the information scroll down there a little bit in case you need it. Look into it.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I didn't even think, outside banners are booming now because everyone's doing those drive-bys and for graduation, that's going to be coming around this year. Kids are still virtual. So, yeah, I mean, if you need anything, go to these guys. I mean, you'd rather go to a local company and put the money right back into the community if you can. And these guys do a great job. So, yeah, I think it's amazing what they do. Maybe we should use them, Jeff.
I know, right? Maybe a new design because as much as I love our Yo show, it does look eerily similar to something else. It kind of. I had mentioned to Tyler when he talked about coming on. I said, I have a friend in the same business, and he said, "Look," he said, "I get it, man." He said, "But there's enough business out there for everybody." He said, "It's just busy right now, and again with the banners and signage and things needed to let people are operating." They're out there. Those guys are out there, and thank you for joining us this evening. Woo! Great stuff so far. I apologize again to New Moon Junction. I feel like I can't get enough of that blown audio. Jules currently fetching somebody. Hey, kitty. Aw.
She's cute. This is Mia.
Hi, Mia. Absolutely adorable. Henry wants no parts of us tonight.
No, Luna's the friendly one, but she just doesn't want anything to do with me.
Oh man, some shout outs. Let's give some shout outs to people that are watching and giving us the love out there with the big thumbs up. Scotty Williams, Rebecca Conrad. Hello, Rebecca, one of our Canadian folk who actually became friends with on a Seinfeld page. We got a lot in common. And then she found out Canadians are going to be on night. She's going to check the show out. So hello, Rebecca. Thank you for tuning in. Julie Hartman Hulk, who made the great comment about my new diet affecting my brain tonight. I think you're right.
Oh, boy.
Miss Stephanie, it's just Stephanie is the way it's pronounced, but she was here last week. She's a friend of Tiffany Mosher, and she came back, so thanks for that.
Aww.
My man Graham Sullivan in the house. Thank you. Maria Daniels, of course. The show mom, Alyssa Green, Tiffany Mosher. Susie Corey, give us a little love. We appreciate that. Earl Raines, and of course, Patty Hartman. Jewel, what do you think? How are we making out tonight, despite all of my disaster?
I'm having fun.
I'm glad you're having fun. It's nice to watch me squirm a little bit, I'm sure. Let's do real quick before we get into topics. I want to do a real quick. We'll do a quick man cave score because this is a great man cave score, and I got to show you this.
A lot.
So this comes from Colorado. This is a shot glass, but look at this. I mean, it looks like the top of a broken beer bottle, right? It's got a cap. That's very cool. So that came from Colorado. Somebody I'm very close to was out there recently and brought me back some really nice merchandise. I am overly excited, Joe. I had to find somebody online to help me out with this. As you all know, it's Girl Scout cookie season. But here in PA, there's one that we can't get. I had to go to Delaware to get them, but I finally did. It is the Girl Scout s'more cookie.
What?
Oh, yeah. So it is the graham cracker on the outside, the chocolate and the vanilla on the inside. Now, in PA, we have the chocolate-covered big s'more one.
What is that Pop-Tart looking thing on there with the icing?
That's the cookie. That right there is the cookie.
Turn
It's upside
around.
down. Girl Scout s'more.
It's the same on the other side. What's on the box? What's in the box?
This is what's in the box. What's on the box is kind of like the opening of the cookie, like that Pop-Tart looking thing. It's
Yeah,
like
what's that?
it's the inside of the cookie.
Oh, it's
And
a
if you
different shape.
break it open, you'll see you got plain. You got some chocolate.
No, it doesn't look like that. It looks like a
No.
Pop-Tart, like a s'mores Pop-Tart.
But it tastes delicious.
You suck. Throw one over to me. I'm like down the street. Ah.
I'll come over right afterwards.
Okay.
These are worth it. Delicious.
I have a lot of fun stuff to show off.
Let's see some fun stuff. Let's do a. I know you're not at your cave, but let's see what you got.
No, I wasn't home, so I had to go to the store and go makeup shopping. And look what I got. It's a
All right.
It's the Revlon Wonder Woman, but it's actually just a mirror. And I need this because I always have like, this kind of stuff with the mirror on it.
Yeah.
But then the makeup breaks because it's in my bag. But this is just a Wonder Woman mirror. I'm so excited. I love it. I don't know.
I'm excited for it. Can I tell you how many times during the day I go on? Oh, it is yummy. Mama Green. It is delicious. It's a great cookie.
Look at this guy. Ready? He's all happy.
Yeah.
He's octopus, my favorite animal. Not.
Yeah.
But now he's angry.
I like that. What manufacturer of toy is that? 'Cause I kind of dig that.
I don't know. Apparently they're popular though.
Excellent. That's a commercial right there.
Oh. I got
She'll
duck
pay
this
for
Christmas.
some kind of plush animal that's popular.
I got duck this for Christmas. She never opened it.
That's nice. Don't you love that?
This guy's cool. She got this for Christmas too, not from me. But this goes on somehow. It's like a little lamp, but it's a nightlight from Spirited Away. How do you
It's
know?
actually very cute.
It is cute.
Aw. Our little duck. She's not with us tonight. She hates us.
She's somewhere. Oh look, Dustin in Stranger Things.
Oh, very cool. What is that? A Funko Pop? Never heard of it.
It is Funko Pop. I'll show off
Oh.
because he's so damn cool. Look at Deadpool. See the size of
Oh, I like that. That's one of the big ones. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
That's very cool.
Ah!
No.
Oh, so stupid day coming up. I decided to buy myself some gifts, and I like stuffed animals and stuff. So I really wanted my favorite Mario Kart character for my background. Like I want kind of like a wood one though. So he stands up and he's like running,
You're gonna hate me because I forgot to put up the stats for the Mario Kart thing.
You're just now you've done it.
We're gonna rerun it.
Straw.
We're gonna rerun it and have it next week because
What?
I suck. Rerun for me. I forgot.
You don't have votes? Oh my god. Now I'm disappointed.
Man, this might be. This is going to get the Internet Award for worst performance of a yo show by Jeff Britney, episode 137. What a mess.
I thought you were on it. Like you had.
I felt like I was on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on it, all right. Yeah. I can't wait to go out to Canada to see New Moon Junction. We're going to say, tell the band the yo show's here. Oh, I'm sorry. The band says you got to leave. Oh, look at that. Do you know how to play? All right.
I could play, but I got nails.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that Wild Thing? Sounds like Wild Thing. See?
Play Free Falling. That's about it.
You play, as they say in the nudist colony, free bowling. All All right, let's get to some topics. Let's do topics because there's a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, God. Let's do something right tonight, shall we? Let's do a Super Bowl wrap up, Jewel. Super Bowl, of course, was Sunday. And I don't know how much you watched, but I got to tell you, that might have been the worst played game I've ever seen.
It was horrible. I couldn't watch. It was really just, I was rooting for the Chiefs. I just want to see Tom Brady lose. But no, it was pretty bad, man.
No, she does not, as you can tell. Alyssa Green asks if you play.
No, I'm not talented.
You're talented.
I just enjoy talent.
Right, exactly. We're that's why we have so many great guests here, because we ain't good at much, especially audio, as you can tell. But yeah, bad game. People root for Tom Brady, but it's enough. 7 Super Bowls. I find it to be obnoxious. A lot of talk,
right. Like, don't come back. We don't want you. You're a cheater.
exactly. And our man Philly Frank here, worst ratings since 2007. It was. The ratings were terrible. Again, a lot of people blame the refs, and they were trying to help Tom Brady. Chiefs, in my opinion, came out kind of arrogant. Looked really bad. But there's highlights. Without even talking about the game, of course, the streaker. Did you happen to catch the streaker?
I didn't. Was that at the end? Because I just stopped watching.
It was close to the end. I seen him for a second out of the corner of my eye because normally the rule of thumb is not to pan a camera on somebody that does that. And I seen him like streaker. My brother's like, what? And all of a sudden you heard the announcer say, well, there's somebody on the field. And Tony Romer's like, oh, God. And,
make it exciting.
right, exactly.
Have you ever seen a streaker in real life?
No, but I get the feeling we're in for a hell of a story.
Oh my God. Okay. So I used to intern at 94.1 and I used to it was the morning show. So I had to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, get down to the station by 5. And the person I was with at the time, they're like, oh, there's like a streak, like a flasher.
Okay, that's
like
little
a dirty bum flasher.
Really? Like Studley Adonis men don't hang out in the corner and streak all day?
But no, he's like, he's in a trench coat and tube socks. I'm like, no way. Like, I don't believe you, right? It's like, no, look, like tomorrow we'll come down and he'll be there in the back of the building. You know that stool shop down
yes,
Inner City?
It's on the
right
corner.
Behind
right
there. That's where he was back in 2009. But sure enough, got off the 95 exit, and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Number one. Number two, fully in a brown trench coat and tube socks, looked to be like, red and blue tube socks. He's just behind the building. He's like, so all the cars. It wasn't our car in particular. Like, it was just all the cars coming off of the freeway.
Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure it wasn't Bonaducci?
No, he's very tall. He was like Slender Man. He was lanky. It was a sight to behold.
I could do without that. Yeah, apparently this guy, like Frank said, he won a bet, $374,000, because as the story would go, he was at a restaurant and they said, there's an X amount of dollar bet available if a streaker hits the field. And they apparently discussed it. And he decided to throw his money on it and go run out in the field.
No.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard of crazy bets. I think the coin toss is a crazy bet, but a streaker bet, that's on a whole nother level.
If you go, I know, congratulations to the streaker man. Apparently, if you go to enough locations, you can find pretty much any prop bet on the Super Bowl. Gatorade color is a prop bet.
No way.
Yes.
Or if like an animal hits the field.
Yeah, that'll probably be on there. Yours truly, Jeff Perini, did hit a bet. The bet was the position of the first player to score a touchdown. Of course, was Rob Gronkowski. I bet tight end, so I won. a nice little bet I won. Congratulations to me. It's so easy.
$374,000.
Nah, not quite. If that was the case, we'd be doing the Yo show right now, probably in Canada. We'd probably been in New Moon Junction's basement right now, hanging out and having a great old time. But yeah, so I won my little prop bet. I enjoy betting during the Super Bowl. Keeps it fun. Of course, the thing we have to talk about with the Super Bowl, we got to talk about the performance by The Weeknd. And I know you're a big fan. And I got to tell you, I'm going to start and let you go on because I know you're a big fan. I like The Weeknd. I'm not a huge fan. I like him. It's not really my style of music. His plastic surgery is not as bad as it looked originally. His face looks kind of normal. I just think, for me, the audio was bad. And I had some DJs come out and say, yeah, there's something wrong with the audio. I'll let you run with this because I know this is your speed. What did you think of the performance as a whole?
Well, I had to strain to hear it because my family didn't want to hear it. So they turned it way down. I'm like, I run away. And everyone's like, oh my God. I'm not a fan. I was the only fan, which I was disappointed about. First of all, The Weeknd is amazing. I like a lot of songs that aren't hits that are just on his album. I think his albums are fire. I love his whole new album. I listen front to back. I love that new song on the radio. Not the lights. It sounds like a real 80s song.
I know it, and I don't know the
Not
name.
that one. I don't like that one. I like the other ones though because they're just different. That one just is trying so hard to be an 80s song. But I like The Weeknd. So yeah, with the whole bloody face. His last album was with the bloody face and stuff, and then he came out with that music video, and you're like, holy crap! What did he do? But that was all prosthetics. That wasn't real. But then he had tweaks done, so he definitely had some help, whatever he did. But yeah, obviously he idolizes Michael Jackson. Yeah. I'm a fan. We all were expecting him to bring other people out because that's what you usually do in the Super Bowl. With him, I'm like, oh, who's gonna? He has a lot of songs with Lana. I'm like, oh my God, Lana's gonna come out, but she never did. Yeah, I don't know. He has a song with Eminem. Maybe Eminem will come out. Usually Super Bowl, you pair up J-Lo and Shakira. Amazing show. Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Aerosmith, something like that. You need a combination, like we talked about last year. Yeah, so maybe with COVID and everything, the dancers were all masked up and 6 feet apart. Can't ask for more than that, huh? So, yeah, I don't know.
They look like somebody posted a meme on Facebook with all the dancers and The Weeknd, and underneath it says Slipknot, and it did look like Slipknot.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, this came out today during the parade, and Frank reminded there is a video of Tom Brady being walked out of a bar wasted. I don't know if it was a bar or he was brought out of the marina. He was smashed. They definitely had to drag him out, and it was Is it embarrassing? Not really. The guy's drunk. We've all been there. But as a whole,
no one wants you anymore.
I know, we're done. There was a joke about him in a Dallas Cowboy uniform. Of course, I said even he can't fix that. He can't go there and win a Super Bowl.
Oh my God! You know how hated that team would be.
No, more hated than already. Ugh. Jesus.
It says Super Bowl champs.
More fun and more topics. Let's get to this one because I watched it. You told me you watched it. I'm going to kind of put my smile away for a minute because it actually is very sad. Here's the picture. Now, the picture, first of all, the advertisement picture, I love because, as you know, and I've said it in the past, I adore this woman. The program is the New York Times presents Framing Britney Spears. First of all, that picture of Britney, meow. I love her. I love you, Britney. You know it. So, Jewel, let's hammer it out. Let's take a picture down first so I can actually talk. I love her. So, Framing Britney Spears. So, what we got was 75-minute, if you will, documentary. Kind of like the downfall of Britney Spears and the conservatorship that her father runs and how her life is just basically shambles. Right off the bat, the way that this girl was pounded by paparazzi and media, a disgrace. How anybody, no matter who you are, no matter how nice you are, because even said in the beginning, oh, Britney's always quick to give us a smile and a wave, and it seems like she likes paparazzi and pictures. Too much. What do you think? What did you think about it?
First of all, this was way different than an MTV VH1 Behind the Music, because I've watched all of them on Britney Spears. I'm a big Britney fan, have been all my life, and it's like they only show the best. Oh, she was a little kid on Star Search, and then the Mickey Mouse Club, and then they only show the good things about her. This went into how she was treated, how, obviously everyone knew she was a sex symbol, and how they claimed that she was a virgin and she had to keep up this image, but no one showed the invasiveness of the paparazzi. And then there was paparazzi being interviewed. Like this guy, he's like, what am I going to do? Pass up $1 million a picture? Like, I have to feed my family. So he was the one that she got the umbrella, and because you know why? You know what happened that night? She couldn't see her kids.
Yeah.
And she, obviously had a lot of mental health issues, still does, and mental health was just not even acknowledged back then. Like, oh, she's wrong, she's going to do something crazy. Yeah, so the interviews and what an asshole Justin was, really was.
Wow.
He's painted like a poster boy, everyone, oh, he's a golden child, and Britney wronged him. I was a little kid when this happened.
Yeah.
So we're all like, oh, that's Britney in the video, and she cheated on him, and Britney's bitch. Like, I'm in 8th grade saying this. Like,
yeah.
What the hell did they paint this woman as? It's just insanity. But I will say they didn't show the end, because there was a different outcome. Like, her sister has control over some things. Jody, this guy Jody, who's trusted and Britney likes, has control of the person, and then a bank has control of her estate. So they ended it on a weird note, but like she's semi good now. Like, her father is not involved anymore. We've reported that before.
Right. Yeah, the bank handles a good portion of it. He's still involved, just less involved. But I think if I seen correctly now, when I turned it on Hulu, it said something about 6 episodes, so there might be more.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't really know.
That's like a New York Times thing, like that documentary thing. Like, they had one on COVID and one on. So I was hoping it was a whole Britney thing too, but I think it might have been an episode. Maybe they'll do a follow-up. I don't know, because it's so popular.
I felt really bad for her. It's nobody could sustain the kind of anguish. And like you said, it got to the point where she lost her kids to really this Federline guy, and I'm not going to smear anybody's character because I'm on here supposed to be responsible. He didn't seem like the best guy either. Somehow he gets custody of her kids. He's telling her, you can't see these kids. That's the kid's mother, worth millions of dollars to give the kids whatever they want. And he's keeping them from them. Meanwhile, like a paparazzi guy's in her face, like, oh, I just need to take a few pictures. The girl's got a shaved head. She's losing her mind.
Did you watch Chaotic? Did you watch the show with her and Kevin?
A little bit.
That shit.
A little bit of it.
Well, during that show, she obviously, I don't know if she was on something or whatever, but she just wasn't right. And I don't know how you film someone like that in good conscience, like the Nicole Smith show. Like, they just were filming her. Like, obviously this woman has a problem. You shouldn't be like blasting this all over.
Yeah.
They're out of they don't know what they're doing at that point. It was just, it's sad. It's so sad to watch, and still, like, we don't know what is happening. So
I know.
Within her world, like, she's just.
This is the latest we got, and a lot of people pointed this out, so I went and looked at it. This is her Instagram from yesterday, and it's a video of Toxic, performance she did during her Vegas residency. And she posted, can't believe this performance of Toxic is from 3 years ago. I'll always love being on stage. And here's the important part. But I am taking the time to learn to be a normal person. Right there, big. I love simply enjoying the basics of everyday life. Each person has their story and their take on other people's stories. We all have so many different, bright, beautiful lives. Remember, no matter what we think we know about a person's life, it's nothing compared to the actual person living behind the lens.
That's not her. That's just not her writing it. When she's reading off a prompter, when she's doing these live videos, she's rocking back and forth, reading off a prompter. Like, it's not her. So I don't know. I honestly think her social media should be taken down and someone needs to just help Britney. Still, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but she shouldn't be posting in this state that she's in.
I agree. I love her. I throw up the hashtag. The hashtag you said at times is being dropped and taken down, but really, free Britney, because it gets sad because now she's, I think, close to 40 years old, and a career that should have been extensive, like past Madonna stage by now, because she started so young. Her catalog should be huge. Her success should be huge, but she was broken down so badly, and now you don't know if you're ever going to see her perform again. She said at the state, the last thing that she actually came out and said, at the state that things are now in her affair, she's not going to perform again. And why should she?
I wouldn't want her to. Like, she's not well, you know? Like, I mean, for the Vegas residency, she had the biggest Vegas residency ever of anyone.
Yeah.
Like, you're good. Live your life. Enjoy your millions. Enjoy your sons. Like, just be well. Like, we don't need her to be our show monkey anymore. Like, she just needs to be okay.
That's a great way of putting it. She really doesn't. She's done so much. And, you watch, again, the two people that the finger gets pointed at the most, Diane Sawyer and Justin Timberlake. Timberlake goes on a podcast and they're making a big joke about him having sex with her. Like, that, to me, that's really not a big joke. And then she's linked with Colin Farrell, and everybody automatically assumes she got Colin Farrelled because that's just his way. And then Diane Sawyer's there just like belittling her to the point of tears. Like, could you imagine like me and you getting somebody on this show and just like ripping in them that they start crying? Like, does that make you feel good about yourself?
Did you hear what Diane Sawyer said? Like, oh, this governor wants to shoot you because you're bad.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's like, what?
Right?
Who would want to kill me? Like, there's something wrong with that. Like, why would you even bring that up? Diane Sawyer.
Diane
She
Sawyer.
should be ripped for that. Like, I don't care. There was no couth back in the 90s. You couldn't conduct yourself. Look at Craig Ferguson. He didn't make fun of her.
I love that. Yeah.
I don't know. You just know at a point where what you're saying isn't right. And to just drag her, I don't like it. I was always a Backstreet Boys fan anyway, so.
I was actually gonna, I kept telling people that, tonight might be the night you see me snap, because it's evident now, and I don't care what side you're on anything in life, the media irresponsibility these days is pathetic.
I mean, I think always there's just those disgusting reporters, but if that's what you want to listen to, then that's there for you. But I don't know. There's just, you have to live with your decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I know it's a business, and people have said to me, and I appreciate it. I love our audience. I love the people that follow the show and get in tight enough to actually want to be a part. But people say to me, hey, you should talk about this. There's certain things I'm not going to talk about for a few reasons. Number one, we're here to entertain. I don't need to bring you into anything bad. I don't need to bring anybody down a rabbit hole. Two, there's certain subjects I don't know enough about to even start to discuss it. If I'm not educated enough, I'm not going to dig into a subject and people are going to say, this guy doesn't even have any clue what he's talking about. And here he is ranting like some genius.
Yeah. But people do it, and they just run their mouth and try to destroy lives.
Oh, we should replace it. They would learn from us. Is right. And Frank, you're right. Media is about clicks and ratings, not the truth of the story. And I agree. And, nowadays I was talking to a friend of mine today, Joel, there's so many things you read, and like somebody made a post like Tom Brady's racist for winning the Super Bowl during Black History Month. Okay, it sounds kind of silly, but that's basically a person looking for clicks and saying, hey, listen to this outrageous thing I said. Come follow my blog or my show.
I know, but I almost seem like I almost think like nowadays, like people have people in their corner no matter what. Like I just thought of Marilyn Manson calling Lana Del Rey fat. Like immediately, all of her fans and loyal or people who just didn't think it was right, like who are you to call her? Like people will call people out quicker, even though bullshit media gets put out quicker. Is what I'm trying to get at. So if Britney were to come up now, like be a huge pop star coming up now, I think she would have a lot more people in her corner, and maybe she would see that.
Definitely. You see the people all over the streets walking around with signs. I wish they would do that for the Yo Show. You know, it's a lot of great support.
We have people in our corner.
We do have people in our corner. We do appreciate it. But like I said, we're not about controversial stuff. And a lot of the guests that we have come on and say, well, what do you talk about? And I'm like, you know what? We talk about you. Like, I don't need to know who New Moon Junction votes for. I don't need to know who their favorite activist is. I don't need to know any of that. I need to know about their music, what they like, where they get their ideas from. That's what I like to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Need more shows like that. Definitely need more shows. Speaking of more shows like that, we got a ton coming up. We are so packed with shows. And we picked up another one today, Joel. I forgot to put it on the list, so let me look it up real quick because I scheduled this the other day. And I'm excited for this because it's a little bit different out of our norm. I got a lot of beat up on that music. Woo, boy. Jesus. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. And thanks for coming in. A young lady by the name of Liz Kitts, Jewel, Kitts, is going to be joining us on the program on May the 12th. May 12th. Concert violinist, and she's a traveling violinist. Has been with a lot of great symphonies, and she's an adorable young lady, very nice. We've had some great conversations. So that's May 12th, a new announcement now, Liz Kitts. Coming up next week, we got a great show next week. I'm so excited, Joel. I'm really excited for this young lady. Terrific singer, dancer, lovely young lady. Olivia King joins us next week on the program. Let's get into the pictures because I love it. I love this picture of her with the purple, or the pink rather, and the big balloon. See, that could be like, this is where you would think Britney would be by now. Olivia's got a little Britney thing to her. Adorable. Great music. Great dancer. She joins us next week. Hopefully her songs don't bottom out like they did tonight.
Oh, boy. Make
yeah.
Sure
February 24th, actress Chanel Ryan is going to be on the program. Very excited for that as well. Matter of fact, I got to catch up and say, hey, don't forget us. 2 weeks coming up. She's going to be an awesome guest. Very excited for that one. March 3rd, we delve into the world of our podcast people. She is an author, host and creator of Sexy Freedom Media and yoga. Helen Edwards, Jewel. This woman gets out and about. She's going to have some great stories. I always see her somewhere new doing something new. Very cool. So we can't wait for that. That is going to be on March the 3rd. March 10th, one of our brand new favorite people, Alyssa Mai, is going to be in the program. Alyssa was kind enough to help deliver Jamie Kennedy for Jewel's birthday. She does a lot of great spokesmodel work, and she promotes products. I love the one she just did with the box of roses. Did you see it on Instagram?
I think I did, yeah.
Really pretty picture, too. Great looking picture with her like a box of roses. Yeah, she's beautiful, and she's such a great girl. Very tentative, and she's always been good to us. We can't wait to have her on the show and thank her and just get into all her work. She's done acting. Like I said, she's been part of Jamie Kennedy and his shows and some of his skits, and it's going to be great. That is on the 10th, Alyssa Mai. 17th, I continue to say it. I don't know what's going to happen. She's adorable. Oh. It's St. Patty's Day. I don't know. With COVID, I don't know where we're going to be. We might just be here on the show. You might see Jeff in a kilt on the show. Maybe we'll invite Ray Coleman. I'm sure he's got a gig. He was on here earlier, asked what's up, and I missed it. But St. Patty's Day. November 24th, one of our favorites from Successfully Chaotic, Maria Daniels. Oh, yeah, very excited for that. Maria is a great friend of the show, always tuning in, very supportive of me, and we do a program that you'll actually see tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Talk Creative to Me. That's been a fun program. You basically get creative minds. Last weekend, Jewel, we had on a husband and wife that own a restaurant. He's kind of like the front of house, and he works the bar, and the wife is the cook, the chef, if you will. Chef. Great job. So Talk Creative to Me. That's going to be tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Check my page for listings and come check it out because it's an excellent program. Want to get Jewel Tatey on that sometime if we can. Actually, Jewel, there's going to be a text. There's going to be a text coming on your phone in a few minutes about tomorrow's episode that I forgot, but we'll talk about that on the side.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right. Couldn't be more excited for
like, no again. So
I know, well, right. So if it snows again, there's not going to be any issues. Jewel stoked here, March 31st. Can't be more excited for this episode. You know him as Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Kanan is going to be on our program. For once, well, no disrespect to Matt Rogers tonight, but for once we're going to have a sexier guy on the set than me. It's rare, but it's going to. Sean is so cool. He was our second episode as the Yo Show. Funny, insightful, great actor. He's now a chef, an author, a comedian. We're going to talk to him. We're going to dig in deep and see if he's going to join the Cobra Kai family because there's video of him on Instagram taking karate lessons. Very exciting.
Crazy. I know my sister's going to tune in for that one.
I hope everybody tunes in for that. He's awesome. He's great. Outside of just like hoping for his future, where he's going to show up, the guy's awesome. We keep going. I got so much stuff lined up, Jewel, for you great fans. April 7th, this woman is the head of the organization Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. She's also a great singer and talent herself. Miss Sharon Leah is going on the program. Jewel, I'm happy to announce, well, no official announcement yet, but a few of our former female guests have reached out to try and be part of this virtual. It's virtual this year, unfortunately, but Ladies Who Rock for a Cause Foundation will have a live virtual concert coming up in April. We'll have Sharon on to talk about that before it takes place. And one more. We know this guy. We love this guy. We're more than excited for another appearance. I'm getting like all like verklempt here. I don't even know. I don't know where his thing went. I think I accidentally erased it. Anyway, April 14th, we are joined again by our favorite Mr. Aaron Paul. Yeah. Aaron is super, Jewel. Like, if you're having a bad day, you're in a bad mood, or things don't go right, tune in April 14th because Aaron puts a smile on everybody's face. So upbeat, incredibly talented, and just a man you can't help but love. He is absolutely amazing. We can't wait for his appearance on April 14th. That is where I draw the line. No other shows, because Jewel said, be careful what I do around my birthday. I don't know why, but.
Be careful, because I have work to do.
That's okay. And hopefully something great comes out. If not, we'll just do our usual great stuff here. Aaron Paul on the 14th, and that wraps up a terrific list of guests we got coming on. Speaking of terrific list of guests, a huge thank you again to the team from Moon Junction. What do you think? All right. Absolutely amazing. Barbara, Lynn, Doran, Tamara, Maddalen, and Matt Rogers. Their new song, Real Good Kind of Thing, debuts February 12th. You heard a muffled 2-second background version of it tonight here on the Yo Show. After I'm done, I'm going to listen to it again because I can. You can't. Joe,
Only Joe.
Yeah, I'll email it to you right after the program. Big thanks to the guys from Flux Marketing Media Design. Tyler Mizatevich. He actually had to spell that out for me because I don't know how to say it. And Anthony Dineza, thanks, guys, for coming on. Of course, you can check out them. Their information is still scoring at the bottom, www.fluxmmd.com. Email them at info@fluxmmd.com. Of course, 215-519-0026 or 267-266-8872. 7-2.
7-2.
I was, we're having a hard time. I'm having a hard time predicting when you're going to talk and when you're not.
Oh, I'm just letting you go because, it's your show.
No, it is our show. This show would be nothing without the two of us together doing what we do so
We
very
didn't
well.
talk about Gorilla Glue Girl.
We didn't talk. We have a few minutes and let's get into this because this is a story I definitely want to talk to.
Dude, did you see her head?
This woman puts
She's
Gorilla Glue in her hair, but she's trying to sue the people with Gorilla Glue. Like, why?
Can I put Gorilla Glue on my lashes and then sue them? Why don't I just dump some bleach down my throat and some Clorox? What the hell is she thinking? What? She uses that got to be glue stuff. And that made her think it was okay to use Gorilla Glue on her head. Not only on her scalp to smooth her ponytail, but all through her long ass hair. Long ass ponytail. Well, that went. Thank God they got that off. But now she has a bull head. She has a month of growth and no growth happened on her head.
Oh my God.
A month. Her head was solid. You can't shave it.
Like, what though? Like, did she honestly think like, whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that yet. She honestly think like, hey, this is going to make a super sticky hairdo? Like, I don't understand.
Like I said, she used a brand that said glue, so she thought this was the best alternative.
I heard today she was finally able to cut it. Is that correct?
She couldn't cut it. She has to go to this doctor in LA to use medical grade glue removal. She better be put out for that. That has to be painful. It fused to her scalp. There's nothing to shave. It's just,
Jesus Christ.
and then you think like, well, the hair grows, so what happens? Does that grow back into her head? Oh, does she die? Does she die? I mean, that's a question. Like, is she dead?
No, she's still alive. I thought I saw later that they were actually making progress, so they're going to be able to cut her hair off soon.
Well, the procedure costs like $12,000. She has a GoFundMe that's up to $17,000 the last I looked. $17,000. This GoFundMe.
Think how much Gorilla Glue she could buy with 17. It's a horrible story. It is.
I swear to God, when COVID hit, I'm like, oh, let me glue on my nails. I'll do my real like acrylic nails. I'll do like the press on. I had this nail stuck to the underside of my finger for like a good hour. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do anything. I could not imagine, and that was just nail glue, and it was so uncomfortable and so painful to get it off. The what's it called? The pad of my thumb. On your freaking head. All day I was just like feeling my hair. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
Right? I mean, like, I have no hair, but I can just imagine like in my beard. Like, you see me. Well, you see me when I spray that stuff from my beard, and it takes 2 days to get out. 2 days, and then spraying is made for a beard.
Could you imagine Gorilla Glue on your almost?
Oh my God!
Fused to your face.
I'm glued to my own face.
Do you ever see Nip Tuck real quick? Do you ever see that show?
Not real quick. We're going to go a little later because I got some more topics to talk about. I have seen Nip Tuck.
Do you remember when the chick was fused to the couch?
Yes.
That's what it's like. That's what it's like, though. She's probably going to have like skin grafts.
That is disgusting. And now Nip Tuck, of course, is a gross show. Too.
I know. I loved it, but like I couldn't watch it. It's so gory.
It is gory. It's nasty.
And that's when they would play all the best music during those scenes.
Nothing.
And then I close my eyes.
Nothing makes a good scene quite like music. You can kind of tell from movies what kind of scene's happening by the music. You can tell when somebody's going to die. You can tell when somebody's sad. You can tell when two people are fucking. Like if you're like my wife watches some of the shows on Netflix. I'm in the other room. You can tell when people are getting it on. just by the
Yeah.
music. Yeah, you know.
You just know. But
Um,
that show in particular, like they put that CD in, and you know to look away because it was going to be graphic.
kind of like was it American Psycho? Like he had to have a song for every
Yeah,
way he killed somebody.
right. Oh God.
He talks about the song and how it fits into the murder thing. Bizarre. Let's have some fun with this. Cancel culture, but hurt people. Let's score one for the younger generation, shall we? Phoebe Bridgers. She's a performer, Grammy nominated performer, comes on Saturday Night Live the other night and at the end of the performance smashes a guitar. So they asked Hall of Fame musician David Crosby a little something about it, and he said, called it pathetic. In return, Miss Bridgers goes on Twitter and calls Crosby a little bitch, which I find great. Jewel, whose side here? Crosby's side? Bridgers' side? Is Crosby a little bitch? I've never been a fan. I always thought he was a guy with too much to say, and I never liked Crosby, Stills, Nash at all.
He always has something to say. And isn't it every rocker's right to smash a goddamn guitar? At least once. And if you're going to do it, why not do it on the biggest stage you've ever been on, which is Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
he's
all the crazy shit that happened on the Saturday Night Live stage, that's what you're concerned about? I mean, it kind of, I didn't listen to the whole song, but she's kind of mellow for a rocker, you know? She's just coming out. Well, let her do her art, man. Shut the hell up.
exactly. She's very popular. And that's the thing, like when you get, and I'm not a young spring chicken myself, but the past generation picks on the new generation, I think slightly out of jealousy. Like, you know, David Crosby has been and gone. This girl is new and up and coming, and she's trying to make a name.
Yeah, so you should help them.
Right.
Like, not to mention my favorites, but Bruce, he's like, Lana is one of the best songwriters of this generation. Like, he helps, he uplifts. You don't, like, say, oh, that's stupid.
That's like, you know, today's athletes come out and say, well, I could take Michael Jordan. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
Shut up.
I know, like go out and do your thing and make your own name. Don't be telling me who you can beat because I've watched the best of the athletes through the 70s and 80s and 90s. And I can tell you, there ain't really a lot of guys out there today that can compete with a lot of guys in the past. I guarantee you that. Boxers, especially, basketball players, especially. Whole different game. These guys don't have the skill that they did back then, whether they want to believe that or not.
Yeah, and I don't even know how. I mean, how would you judge that though?
You really can't. It just looks like the fundamentals are poor. The shooting percentage is poor. The amount of turnovers is just not. You know.
Stats makes sense.
Yeah, if you go through stats. This real quick. This is something that Jules sent me. I don't have the picture. I should have put the picture up. But Zack Snyder is coming out with a director's cut of Justice League. It's going to premiere on HBO Max, I believe, March 12th on
18th.
HBO Max.
18th. When you're hungover from St. Patty's Day, you can spend 4 hours on your couch watching the Justice League, which I'm going to be doing.
And I probably will do it as well. And the thing that you showed me, the thing that I love, is kind of a revamped Jared Leto Joker. Because that was kind of like the one in Suicide Squad to me didn't do it for me. It was too flashy. It was kind of like a gaudy, flashy kind of Joker. The one they show in this, in the previews you sent me, was kind of a dark. He's got like longer hair. He's scruffy and dirty looking, kind of like a prison kind of scene. Tell us a little something about it, because I think it looks a lot better to me.
I am so happy for Jared Leto because, you know, once they came out with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, Jared Leto was like, what the hell happened to my movie? Like, whatever. There's different versions of the Joker. I like the Suicide Squad's Joker. I like that he was flashy and different than he was in previous versions. But the one in Zack Snyder's cut, first of all, I like the Justice movie as it is, but now that the Snyder cut is out, it is everything. It's everything that he wanted to show that he couldn't. 4 hours worth of footage. They're still filming, which is so exciting. But Jared Leto gets his shine again, which I'm so happy for him. He's such a good actor, Oscar-winning actor.
And
And
Grammy
he
winning.
gets to be the Arkham Asylum Joker, which is
Yes.
phenomenal. Oh my God, I just love DC. I even love the Batman Arkham Asylum game. Like, Joker is just one of the coolest characters. So I'm glad he gets his day. I'm hoping to see a lot from that. It's going to be a lot of like Batman and his dreams of being like older Batman and Darkseid coming back. Because in the Justice League they fight like Steppenwolf, which is all right, but Darkseid is like demise. It's like the end of the freaking world. So they're all gonna team up. Still no Green Lantern, which I'm upset about. But yeah, it's gonna be way better. And I'm a DC fan, so I will be parked on my couch and enjoying that one.
You definitely are a DC fan. That's why I just do the headline. I'll let you go from there because I know you know the ins and outs of it. Where a lot of people are Marvel, you definitely do tackle the DC. It's your thing, and I love that. And I think it's absolutely awesome. So we're definitely looking forward to that. And I'll probably sit through that director's cut. I don't really do a lot of stuff because 4 hours to me is very long to watch anything. But I'll give it a shot.
Endgame was three and a half. So
Yeah, it felt like it went on forever.
Oh, and it's going to be free if you have HBO Max, I think. So that's good. HBO Max is awesome. I just watched, I don't know if that was free though. I watched it off of a free site. But Promising Young Woman, whoa, that was a movie.
Promising Young Woman. I have to check it out. I haven't checked out much of anything. The newest thing I watched, obviously, was the Britney thing. And outside of that, I just haven't been in anything lately. Everything I'm waiting for is, still to come.
There's a cool rendition of Toxic in it with like violins. Yeah.
I do love Toxic. Funny, everybody gets into Hit Me One More Time. For me, Toxic is the Britney jam. I love that song.
I love Britney. I mean,
so sexy.
I listen to Bird all the time.
Free Britney. I got my Britney t-shirt, which people find weird. I love that t-shirt. It's my favorite t-shirt ever. That, I think, is going to be it. We're going to keep the Elon Musk story for another week because I'm already mad about Bitcoin. Got nothing to say about that. So let's get some thanks. I put the scroll back on the bottom. New Moon Junction, of course, was our guest tonight. The new single, Real Good Kind of Thing, debuts February 12th. Check out www.newmoonjunction.com. Facebook at New Moon Junction, Instagram at New Moon Junction Music. A very big thanks to Matt Rogers, Tamara, Maddalen, and Barbara Lynn Doran of the band for being with us tonight. Make sure you check out that new single. It is so good. I am so sorry I blew up, but it's great. Definitely worth listening to. And check out the guys from Flux Marketing Media Design, Anthony and Tyler, for all your business needs. Need a logo, need a website, need business cards, banners, flyers. Come check these guys out. www.fluxmmd.com. Send me an email at info@fluxmmd. Jewel Tatey, terrific night tonight. I really appreciate what you did because obviously you're at a new location. You managed to still get gussied up and pretty. And you still managed to crank it out for us. Again, I'm not worthy.
No, I thank you. And yeah, we've had like a lot of snow this year.
Yeah.
So it's been hard to travel, especially I got work in the morning. So I don't know. Is it snowing out? Can we see?
I can't see from here. I basically am. I'm in like a dungeon. I can't even see a damn thing coming through.
I can't see. We're supposed to get a couple inches. I think like 4. So more shoveling.
More shoveling. Like I can't take any more shoveling. I'm shoveled out of my mind. I'm creeping back here because I had a very special guest that wants to say goodnight and thank us for our love. It's Britney.
It's Britney, bitch.
Look, she has the little face microphone there and the snake. I love it.
So cute.
It
I
is.
know that whole dance.
Next week on the Yo Show, Jewel gives us the toxic dance or the one more time dance. What dance do you know?
Slave for You. That's the Slave for You, Britney.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Slave. Ooh, sorry.
And why you do Valentine's Day shout out to your wife? Why?
You know why? Because you already called it that awful day or that awful holiday. Whatever you said earlier kind of ruined the spirit of it. But
What?
you called it like a horrible holiday or something like that earlier on the program.
It's Galentine's Day. Hey, we could celebrate.
A super happy Valentine's Day to my wife. Thank you, Jewel, for correcting me. It is actually Sunday, Valentine's Day. Don't forget, folks, to spend time with your loved ones. I'm probably going to cook dinner. That's what I do. I make a nice dinner every year.
That's nice. It's gonna snow again. Happy anniversary. My parents' anniversary is on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So that's cute. I like Valentine's Day. You know, I bought myself chocolates and stuffed animals and toys. And here's Duck.
Duck, ladies and gentlemen. She probably thought like
What?
she probably thought the show was over. She said, "Good, I'll sneak in now. The show's over."
Right.
Still here.
Do you have your bracelet on? We bought best friend bracelets. I have mine.
Aw.
Where's yours? Where's your bracelet? You have to wear it.
She's not excited to be on. Usually she loves being on. She's not excited to be on tonight.
Say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe if you want any more, comment down below.
She is the best spokesperson ever.
I watch a lot of YouTube shows.
You do.
It's awesome. Our princess is in. Yes, she is. She's late tonight, but she's here. Yeah, check us out on YouTube at The Yo Show. Like and subscribe. Smash that bell on YouTube. Facebook, we are the Stoop Radio Network, or you can check it out on my page. Twitch at The Yo Show. And of course, don't forget www.theyoshow215.com for all the latest news on The Yo Show. Very special thanks to everybody that tuned in this evening. We always have such a great audience, including our show mom, Alyssa Green. You are the greatest. We absolutely love you to death. You and your daughter, Rachel, outstanding people. Don't forget next week, same time, 8 o'clock Wednesday, Olivia King will be our very special guest. For Jewel Tatey, I am Jeff the Shark Perny, reminding everybody out there, Jewel does not have earpieces on, so I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want her daughter to hear it. But don't be that D word, please.
And be nice to people. All people.
All people. Even the defecation type ones. We are going to take you out with the music of St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.strickricketts.com. We thank you all for this evening, and we will catch you next week. Good night, Jewel Tatey.
Good night. Bye.
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 Have a good night.
Have a good. What the heck happened here? Whoops. There we go. Hit it.
Just to raise new heights.